Evening all. Welcome back to Hold the Line, the Survival Run, episode 3. Big up everybody at home. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on this late stream. Please smash the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Much appreciated. Gonna stick Nigel's and Guy's links in the chat throughout the night. If you can give them a sub as well, if you're not already, thank you very much. Nigel, mate, how you doing, buddy? How you been? Thank you for coming on with us tonight.
Good, mate. Big up, Dan. Big up, Guy. Big up, chat. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to deep diving into some tactics. So yeah, big up, guys.
Yeah, cheers, Nigel, mate. And Guy, how are you, buddy?
Oh, it's been an expensive day, but it's been a good day. It's been a fun day. Been productive, haven't we? We've been quite productive behind the scenes, you know, doing our little infographics and slideshows. It's been fun. It's been fun.
Great, man. And cheers for helping us out today, mate, with your
anytime.
Yeah, with your IT skills and yeah. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're good. Thank you so much. Let's go to the chat. Welcome people in and say a few hellos. Big up to Eugene. Hello. Hi,
Hey.
everyone. Big up. Eugene, mate, how you doing? Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. And evening to Liam. How you doing, Liam? I'll still rather be Spurs. Evening, Dan. Cheers, Liam, mate. Hope you're good. Thank you for being here. And Lisa. Evening to Lisa. How are you, Lisa? Hope you're well. Evening, Dan and chat. Big up to you. And Nigel says smash the like button, and Lisa saying hello to Nige. Big up my guy, you know, Guy, my guy, and
Yeah, she's
and
enjoying the new camera. She's like, oh, new hair, more hair.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us tonight. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Hey, we've got Toxic Positive 2026 in the chat. Big up to you, man. Hope you're good. Right, so what are we going to talk about tonight, eh? We've got a nice plan for you all. And a lot to get into. Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, look, it's difficult, isn't it? You know, it's very tough times to talk about Spurs. It's been a dreadful season, but we've got to show up. We've got to talk. You know, to be honest, you know, Spurs, they finally got a win, which was, well overdue. But let's be real, that performance, in my opinion, was pretty crap. And after the injuries we got in the game, I still believe this team is heading towards relegation. I really do. And but look, there's going to be renewed hope in the fan base, which I understand. I don't get it myself. I think Spurs were poor. I think we really struggled against an already relegated side. But, you know, we're in the bottom three. So, you know, what can we say? We're also been very poor. So, look, when I look at the other teams in the relegation fight, West Ham, Forest, Leeds, they're all showing more. They've got attackers who can create and score goals. They're picking up points. They're building up momentum, and which Spurs have struggled to do, isn't it? It's like the first win in 16 matches. And our injury crisis keeps getting worse. And people will say that there is some encouraging signs, and maybe, going through it tonight, we might be able to see some of those encouraging signs. But very important to get a win. We were desperate for a win, so that is a relief. So tonight we'll be breaking it all down. We'll be going over the tactical performance against Wolves. We'll be looking at is the fan base hope real, or is it just denial? Because I think we're down. And we'll go to Guy and Nigel in a minute, see what they're saying. And I look ahead to Villa, and also just look at kind of our relegation rivals and see how they're performing, things like that. And yes, everybody in the chat, get involved with your comments. We want to hear from you. Smash the like button and subscribe, much appreciated. But first off, we need to talk about the pitch issue. And Guy has gone under an investigation. So over to you, mate. Let us know what you found.
Let's get the boring stuff out of the way, right? So let's just destroy some narratives and some things that people have been saying. I'm not going to name names because it's not their fault, because not everyone has the time to look into this. So let's do the first one, right? So we're hearing that because we've got a retractable pitch, that Real Madrid are launching an investigation into their pitches. Now, I looked into this. Dan, if you could just share this, that would be great.
Yep.
I'll just share that bit there. If you can see it, look, it looks there. Look, Real Madrid have officially launched an investigation into the unusual spike in injuries into the pitch. They've officially launched it. Okay, right. Okay, so that's cool. That's great if you believe that. But I did just a little bit of research into this, just a tiny bit of research. And here we go. I'm going to share my screen, just a quick one. And so you can see my kind of logic here. Right, can you see that up on the screen?
Yep.
Okay, so essentially I Googled Real Madrid investigating their pitch. So I scroll down, see some TikTok videos. These are not official sources. So I see some sources. So I click on them. Obviously, we're not going to look at the Facebook and Yahoo, right? So I clicked on the top one, which is the Bernabeu pitch behind Real Madrid's long list of injuries, right? Serious injuries. So I scrolled down all the way here. And like I say, we can put them all in the chat. And at no point does it say pitch, right? It says, I've come back with serious issues, yada, yada, yada. Here we go. Look, it's not only the staff who are concerned, the players themselves are considering the possibility, the quality of the pitches at the Bernabeu, right? There's no source for this quote, cool, because there is no source. So as you go, there's no sources at all. Right, the other one, which is Yahoo, a decision has been made apparently. Reportedly made a decision regarding injuries. So if you keep reading it, that's a very short article, great headline, short article. It says the club is currently investigating whether this is nothing more than a mere coincidence. Defensa Centrale, or Central, commented, which is just a fan site. So they commented on the original article, which is here, which is in Spanish, saying the club wants to conduct a thorough investigation into this pattern. It's not just staff members who are concerned, the players. So we're hearing this, yeah? So This is Defensa Central. It's like Spurs Web. Now imagine them like Spurs Web. This is not an official source at all. So where this all comes from is this article. Now, this article is in Spanish. Now, if we translate it into English, right, and read it, and I've actually spoken to some Spanish people as well that I know, and also some Real Madrid fans, at no point does it say in any of this article that Real Madrid are launching an investigation into their pitches. This is all propagated by fan sites. So if anyone says to you that Real Madrid are officially investigating their pitches because of the retractable pitch, it's not true. It's just not true. Now, they may launch an investigation tomorrow, but at this present moment in time, there is no official investigation into Real Madrid's retractable pitch. Okay? It is just a Facebook post that got reposted and posted into oblivion. So that's that. That's that. That's that. So Real Madrid are not investigating their pitch. Just to let you know. Oh God, am I still on?
You are?
I am. Okay, cool. I just can't see you. So I'm going to close that. Okay, yeah, I am. Here we go. So many windows. Okay, so like I say, they're not. They're not investigating their pitch. They're just not. Now, obviously, Nigel also is on this, and it's really not for Nigel. It's people for the chat, right? So I decided to do a deep dive on pitches and Premier League pitches. And I've got a treat for you. I've got a treat for you. This is how much research that I did into this pitch, into this idea, right? So I'm going to share my screen. And I know this is really boring for anyone like watching, but I'm trying to keep it entertaining. Here we go. I'm going to share my window. Let's have a look. It's this one. Oh my God. Like this is, I know, look, right? Look at all of the tabs that I have that I've looked into, right? So, first thing I did was I went onto the Premier League website, and it came out quite recently that the Premier League and the STRI group essentially benchmark pitch quality, working for FIFA and UEFA and the FA, right? So the STRI group are a group that installed Nottingham Forest's pitch and Leeds' new pitch. Now, this is their website, right? So if I'm not lying, go into projects. I know it's all loading, right? Yeah, go away. Stop that. I don't need to stay up to date. I gave you a call. Come on. This is where it starts going all fucky, innit? Right. Oh, wait, here we go. So anyway, so this is, there it is. That's what I'm trying to click. Are you going to click off? It's not great. I'll just reload the page and see what happens, right? So go into projects. Projects. So you can see that these people, there you go, Leeds United. See, I'm not talking bollocks. They did Leeds United. They did the Commonwealth Games. They've done a lot of pitches. So they know their stuff, right? So they worked with the Premier League to essentially do kind of like a gold standard of pitches. Again, this is stuff about 3G pitches. Now, 3G pitches, you want to wear these types of boots. These are AG boots, okay? Artificial grass boots. And Nige, I got these out just for you, man. Do you recognize that sole plate? Isn't that the Puma King sole plate?
Oh, it could be. Let's have a look.
Yeah. Look. The Puma logo.
Look at that.
Look at that. Right. So these boots are only to be worn. They don't have to be, but they are to be worn on grass. Right. These two boots are different. You can see the stud patterns. We're also going to talk about boots because some people are saying the boots are wrong. They're not wrong. Okay. So 3G pitches are what are installed on our training ground, right? So we are all see benefits of 4G pitches. I've done a lot of research on this, right? So this is the company CGT that actually installed. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Where is it? They installed Tottenham. This is it. Look, CGT delivers new FIFA quality pro pitch for Tottenham Hotspur. CGT delivers new FIFA quality pro pitch for Tottenham Hotspur. They installed the training pitches, right? And this is how far I've gone through, man. If you want to go through the standards are here, yeah? So it's a FIFA quality pro. That needs to be certified every year. So every year, they need to contact FIFA to get FIFA in to look at the pitches to certify it to be used. I actually called them because they have a contact us button. I called them and asked them about the pitches and a lot of pitch quality stuff and all of this. And I found out that every match game, the pitch isn't just inspected by our people, by the club, the cutters, and all of that. It's also inspected by the referees, and it's also inspected by FIFA, UEFA, and the FA. Not every game. They can do random spot checks. They could do random spot checks. Not just that, I went into the Premier League page, right? And this is the certificate that you have, right? 100% of pitches, how they're made, yeah? People are talking about the sand substrate. 100% of Premier League pitches use sand substrate. It's 100%. The only thing I can find that's different is 95% use water piped heating and 5% use electric pipe heating. Right, so here we go. Look, I'm looking in all of the like testing and everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is talking about this is actually talking about the pipes, bro. The absolute pipes heating the pitch. Now, I want to talk about this. Is the last thing I'm going to talk about, right? And I've got multiple sources on this. But as you can see, I've done a lot. So people are talking about hybrid pitches, right? So, hybrid pitches, they're causing all of the problems. All right. Hybrid pitches, like Wembley, while we played there, the pitch that we use, and 100% of Premier League pitches use 95% natural grass and only up to, so they can't use 6%, 10%, 15%, they can only use 5% natural fibers. Now, if you are telling me that is the pitch of all the research that I've done, because I've done a deep dive on this, and I'm really sorry if I'm boring the audience. I'm trying to keep
No,
a smile
you've
on
got to
my
be
face.
said, Guy. You've got to make it clear,
Right.
mate, to people, because people
Right.
want to know.
Yeah. So if you are telling me, if you are using that argument that our pitch and the retractable pitch is causing, or our training pitches are causing the issues, and by the way, 95% of the training pitches in the Premier League, and I can't talk about other leagues, but in the Premier League, but give me more time, I could probably tell you. In the Premier League, use a 3G pitch. Now you're going to ask, what about 4G, 5G? 4G and 5G are marketing terms. They are not FIFA approved terms. So if you're telling me that our pitches and our training facility pitches are causing injury, then that must mean it's causing everyone else's injuries. So I don't think that's true. So I will give Dan all of the links, and at the end of the video, he will give all of my sources, because this is the thing that I love to do. I don't like coming here and talking about stuff I don't know about. I don't know about Glenn Hoddle, didn't see him play. I don't know about Ozzy Ardiles, didn't see him play. I can't tell you how the 1983 final went. I wasn't there. But if you're asking me about these pitches and football boots that are custom made for each player, by the way, they don't just buy them from Sports Direct. They get their foot 3D scanned, okay? Not like us peasants that have to go buy it from Amazon and kind of like measure our feet with a ruler, all right? You know what I mean? Like, we have to like break our boots. They've got machines that break their boots in. They put them on a little pole and it breaks them in for them, and they're like whizzing across the pitch. We're living with blisters. So if you're telling me it's the boots, the pitch, or the training pitch, I'm sorry. Unless you've done the research, then come talk to me. There we go.
Nige, do you want to say anything about this before we go to the chat? And then
Yeah, why not? I mean, I join in the conversation. I haven't done the research that Guy has done, obviously. I
Yeah.
will say I don't think it's the pitches either. I mean, half of the Spurs players that have been injured anyway, seriously, apart from Dragushin and Odebaugh, both got ACLs at Tottenham, obviously. Maddison was away. Obviously, Xavi was away at the weekend. I don't think it's a pitch thing. What I will say is that obviously, Guy was talking about the 80s. I did watch football in the 80s. I grew up watching
Yeah.
football in the 80s, and pitches in the 80s were different. I do think maybe the pitches are too hard now, as in, I don't know how much
Oh,
soil there is, but maybe not as much.
I've got a
Go on,
reason
Guy.
for that. Yes, you are right, Nige. Here's the thing. Nige is actually correct. He's absolutely 100% correct. The pitches are more firmer and they are more level. They have to consist to FA, FIFA, and UEFA rules. The reason that is because it creates a faster game. The ball doesn't bobble as much, therefore, it is more accurate, and the bounce of the ball is more consistent. So, Nige, you are 100% correct, brother.
But what I also would say is back in the 80s, maybe even the early 90s, when you got an ACL for a lot of players, that was it. They were done. They didn't have
Yes,
the thing as much. The operations were not the same as they are now. And players didn't seem to get as many ACLs then. Maybe it's because the pitches were softer, were not as level. You know, I
that,
don't know.
or
There's got to be something in it, surely.
maybe a counter argument to that. The game, where it comes to plyometric, their plyometric means more explosive exercise. For those in the chat that don't know, because I know I have to say layman stuff because sometimes I go onto a tangent, forgetting that like I'm not the only one that. Because when I say FGSG, firm ground, soft ground, right? So what there is a study about this. There is a study that the more explosive type of play that we're seeing, for example, did anyone watch that Bayern Munich PSG game? Oh, brilliant game.
Wasn't bad, was it?
That, oh, it's beautiful, mate. Harry Kane, he never misses a pen, right? But that type of, there's an increase of pressing, there's an increase in faster pace running, but again, this is all comes down to conditioning. I think agree 100%. Nigel's right. Pitches are firmer, harder, and they are more level. Right, level pitches means no bobbles. Right, that also creates a less shock absorbent platform. I agree. That's true. But I don't think, in my personal opinion, and I'm not a doctor, but talking from someone who's just got over an injury, finally, I'm now on the pitch. I think it's a holistic thing. I don't think we someone can say it's modern pitches. I don't think people can say it's modern football boots. I don't think people can say, oh, it's just people pressing more. I think it's a holistic thing. But bringing it back all into Tottenham's injuries, you tell me, mate.
Great.
right. Cheers, Guy, man. That was thorough, more than thorough. And the simple answer is there's
Not
no
the ones
evidence. It's the pitch.
Yeah, no evidence. Nada. I feel sorry for you, mate. You've got to copy and paste all of that into the description, man.
Why is that then? Copyright.
Oh, I mean, I've been doing copy and paste all day, but we'll move on to the interesting stuff now.
Yeah, hopefully not. But look, let's go to the chat. Big up to Levy's in. Can we investigate when Archie Gray will win the Ballon d'Or?
Oh man, keep praying, bro.
Evening to Chernobyl negative. Can you correct people falsely report the Leicester wage bill as 60 million and the Spurs bill like 260 mil? Man.
Mate, give me time, bro. I can research that if you want.
Evening to you. Big up to Paul. How you doing, Paul? He says, with zero production from forwards and now our one creative player out, looks dire for Spurs, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. And Liam's saying, so the pitch isn't the problem. No, it's not the problem.
No.
I want to talk about injuries a little bit. 1 second, just go through the chat quickly. Big up Evil behind the mask. The injuries aren't due to the darn pitch or the boots. They're due to the cut price injury-prone players we have brought. Mate, honestly, I think so. Some of them are very injury-prone. The doggy, one of them, man. That guy can't stay fit, can he?
I mean, the only destiny he's got is to be in the hospital.
Mate, it's so unreliable, man, honestly. Big up to Cycle Teacher, evening to you. Hope you're good. Paul saying, thanks to Guy for the information. So look, people found it interesting, mate. So yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, mate. It's not, you spent a lot of time looking all that up. And yeah, fair play to you, man. Lots of contact injuries, Liam says. Evil is saying the injuries are due to Enid like everything else. The owners and their NAF staff decisions are the reasons for where we are now. It's been coming for years. Harry Kane and Son papered over the cracks. Yep. That's coming up a lot lately, isn't it? Harry Kane and Son. We didn't replace them.
No.
And Guy from the lane let someone else talk. He's getting important.
I'm happy to stop. I'm happy to stop, bro.
It's all right, Evil. It's all right. I spoke to him today. He told me what he was going to cover, and I thought he's got to get it all off his chest. He can't miss at certain parts, otherwise people will be pulling him up on it. So it's important that he got through it all. And Psycho Teacher says, imagine Pele on these pictures.
I know.
Oh, my days. Big up to Scott as well in the chat. How you doing? Evil, I think you missed the point of what Dan wanted. Yeah, I think you did, mate, but never mind. Just thank you all for being here. Yeah, so Guy, you said about the injuries. I know you spoke about it. What's your thinking around the injury situation and then Nige as well? It's pretty bad, isn't it? It's been awful last 2 seasons. Can't get away from it.
I don't know. The medical team have got to be something to do with it, surely. I mean, certainly looking at Xavi's and Dragushin's injury, they might, as a physio, as someone you must know if a player's could have an ACL. You must know, surely they must be around football enough to know, okay, this could be serious. To let Dragushin get back up, make him jump up and down on the sideline, and then Xavi at the weekend to be pulling him about, making him get up, making him go back on the pitch, only to go down again. For me, it's incompetence. It's incompetence. And it really does need to be looked at. The other injuries, I don't know. I just think we are getting so much bad luck. We can use 1,000,001 excuses, couldn't we? But I think it's just one of those seasons. I know we got it last season. I think we can argue that maybe last season was a lot of muscle injuries, which you could put down to maybe Ange's tactics. This year, there are serious injuries, season-ending injuries for a lot of them. So I think it's slightly different for me this season.
Okay. Guy, what do you reckon, mate?
Okay, so first we need to cover the principle of injuries begets more injuries, right? So essentially, if you have more players out for injuries, what you're doing is you're overcompensating for playing time. So the people that aren't injured are going to get more injuries. That is just the law of probabilities, right? So I said this. I think I said it on your stream. I've said it on many streams. I've said like more injuries are coming. And people were like saying, like, why do you think that? I was like, well, if we cannot rotate the squad due to injuries, which you do to prevent injuries, we will get more injuries. I mean, it's just to me, it's just law of probabilities, right? If you're talking about like the medical team during a game, look. The thing is about a medical team during a game, and look, I'm speaking as a player who was a dickhead during my injury, right? So I've been out for 9 months because I had a little niggle of pain, and instead of addressing that niggle of pain, I just kept playing, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't walk. The need for a player to play football, even at my level, and bro, I'm not even a pro. You know what I mean? I just want to play football because I enjoy it. I'm going to put my hands up going, I want to play. No, it's fine. Like, I've got a little bit of tendon problems right now. It's painful, but I'm still playing. You've seen my photos and stuff. When it comes to on-pitch medical teams, look, they don't have like scanners or anything like that. They have to use their intuition. I think that is a competence issue. For example, if you've been doing it for a long time, you should be able to spot an ACL via or a sprain, for example, right? And we always remember back in the day, it was the magic sponge, and then it was the magic spray. You know what I mean? And I think one day we're going to get the magic scanner. You know what I mean? Let's move it to the 21st century, boys. Come on. But I also think there is, when it comes to the medical, because we got to think, right, so the medical team diagnose, the player accepts, and the manager relays that to the press. So we're talking about 4 people in a communication chain, right? So if the medical team says, oh, it's going to be 18 months, and you have a meeting with the manager and the player, and the manager wants to not cause a big problem, maybe the manager is downplaying it to the press. I don't know. Or is the medical team saying, look, it's going to be 18 months. And the player goes, I'm going to stop drinking. Because here's the thing, recovery is such a, I got minimum, with my injury, I got minimum 18 months, and I'm done in 9. But that's because I stopped drinking, or maybe just a little bit, but, stopped drinking heavily. And, I did specific exercises every day, blah, 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 blah. You've got no, I'm not going to shit on Jack Grealish, but you're seeing Jack Grealish, who's just come back from an injury and he's fallen asleep in a bar. You know what I mean? And I think it could, even though I think it is, I do think our medical team is a level of incompetent. But I also think there might be communication breakdowns and also breakdowns to the press as well.
And it also doesn't help with the players, right? Because a lot of these players now, professional players, they go down so easy, rolling around on the floor, and they get the medical team come out. Oh, you're right, and who's to know? Some of these players, they go down, they're screaming. You're like, oh my god, it's a bad one. 3 minutes later, they're up running like 100 meters in 10 seconds.
It's trying to get the players booked, mate, isn't it? It's trying to get the other team booked.
Yeah, I think the players have to take a bit of responsibility as well. But for me, certainly the Xavi one, if the medical, they've got a TV by the dugout, right? They would have seen his face when he went down.
And because if you saw the injury, right? So his knee, you could tell it was an injury because his foot went straight into the ground flat. That is bad news, because you don't. Oh my god, I'm being boring again. But here's the thing: I'm on a panel where they play football, man. They play football, so they know. So when you use your foot, you go down and boom. So you're cushioning the impact. He just went boom. I was like, okay, that's it. It's done.
Right, shall we wrap up this injury stuff, man? Because I don't particularly enjoy talking about it. We had to, because it's all, it's the excuse game, isn't it? And that's part of it, the injury thing. And just go over the chat quickly, because there's some funny points, man. It made me laugh. It's, Giant Panda in there, Evening G says, if only the grass was darker shade of green, we might have picked up more points. Evening to you, man. Evil Behind a Mask, I think, missed the point. It's about what it is, Evil, is that there's content creators coming out talking about that the pitch is a problem, and that's why we're getting injuries. It needs investigating, and basically what Guy's just done in this show is just completely rebunked it. That was the kind of point of it. Paul says criminal what the physios did to both Dragusin and Xavi. I agree. Giant Panda says it's not just Tottenham. A lot of teams have suffered badly with injuries because there's too many games to play. I think that's true. There's a lot of games.
Well, welcome to the Championship. There'll be more.
Yep. And then Evil says, I think the players less like having operations, mate. They get paid still, don't they? Man, honestly, Netflix, whatever. Yeah, it's madness, man. Amount of money these on. And Russell, the Mudget Sponge, it tickled me as well, Russell. I remember the magic sponge. Nigel, you must
Yeah, I
remember the
love
magic
it.
sponge.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, yeah.
of course.
Classic.
Steady freezing cold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brilliant.
it was, I loved it, mate. Because in the 80s and early 90s, it was the magic sponge, and then it turns into the magic spray. And like I say, there's not a new version of that.
No.
I want someone to rock up with an iPhone and do this.
Yeah, they were
You know what
brilliant,
I
man.
mean?
That just really brought back some memories there, man. You forget about these things. Did you have that off the top of the head, mate? Or was it just, mate? That was a mad one.
Dude, dude, I've got no script because at the end of the day, I've got my sources and I just have to make it. I have to
Mate.
present the most boring, turgid information in an entertaining way. I can't script that.
Just go over a couple more comments. Evil says, I think our players like playing football, but not with each other. Scott's just clearing it up with Evil. And
That before. I've been told I look like it before.
honestly, Penfold, man, that's another one. That's another. Penfold, where's that? Is that Spectre Gadget? No. Penfold, what? No. Nick, who? Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse.
Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse. Bloody hell.
Great
Oh
tip.
my god. It's so true.
like
The
it. I
glasses
like
as well.
That's
That
your
is
new name, mate,
great.
now. Penfold.
Yeah, I might take it.
Yeah.
Pure COYS Penfold.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Psycho Teacher says Spurs should get some help from the medics San Fronteras. Man, he's kidding me, man. He's kidding me. Talking about Tell, yeah, get a knock before the next international break. Oh my god! Right, let's get into some football. Let's get into some football. Right, I think we've covered the old injuries and the pitch stuff enough. So where we're going to start with this? So it's basically the Wolves' performance. I guess before we go into the tactics, let's just get you guys' view. How did you feel after the game? What did you think? Nige, mate?
I'll let Nige, you go first. I'm going to refill my cup.
Yeah, the game was shocking, wasn't it? Awful performance, but got the job done. It's all about winning the game. We did it by hook or by crook, but yeah, listen, hey, we've got to. I want to say we've got to improve our performances, but we haven't, have we? It's all about winning now. Doesn't matter how we play. You know, it's not pretty, but if we do that every week and win 1-0, we'll all be happy, right? But yeah, as in performance-wise, it was a difficult watch. I think that's the best way I can put it.
Well, I kind of look at it differently because I look at performances to see what's going to happen next. You know, go and playing some better teams in the last 4 games, right? And I need to see something kind of working, or you know, and it's that bad. It just makes me think. I'm just a bit worried about how De Zerbi is setting up the team. I don't blame him for this situation we're in, but you know, I don't know if it's the best way to go about it. And we're going to break it down. Guy, just quick thoughts before we get into the tactics of the Wolves game. I know you weren't impressed.
Oh, no, I was not. And here's the thing, you know, it's not a false binary, right? It's not like, oh, would you rather us performed shit and scored a goal, or would you rather us perform shit and scored a goal, or being great and got a 0-0? It's not about that. For me, it's about it's about confidence going into the next game. Okay, cool, we got 3 points. We're still in the bloody relegation zone, though, aren't we? To me, also, and like I say, I use the term Pyrrhic victory, right? So that's a victory when all your forces have been completely destroyed. I mean, to me, yeah, we won the game, great, but we've got another injury and we're still in the relegation zone. I'll tell you what, like that performance. I understand. Look, it's a win's a win, right? We won a game. Awesome. 118 days. I counted them because I was at that game at Crystal Palace, and that was a shocking performance as well. And that was a 1-0 as well. And again, I put it into context. The performance was absolutely dire. That gives me no confidence going into Villa because I was at the last game against Villa and they spanked us at the FA Cup game, Remember, I sent you that video. That's not a video that I could ever post on any platform. Um, and how we were set up and the mentality of our players. Look, I don't think that was a desire to win game. I think that was a desperate, we need to fucking score game.
Okay. So where are we going to start with this? So let's get some data up. Bear with us. Let me just get it ready. Make sure I've got the right one. I think this is it, guys, isn't it? Is this the...
Yeah, that's the starting 11 and player positions, man.
Okay. Right. So
that's before the substitutions came on.
Before the substitutions come on, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So, look, a lot of people are, relieved. We finally got a win. Possession, it was, 59.4. But for about 80 minutes, it was some of the most frustrating football I've ever seen. And the stats say one thing, but the heat maps, they kind of show the real issue. And we've broken it down. I have actually got some zoomed in of some other players, but I might go to that in a minute. But let's see if people can see it. Can you access the screen, Guy, with your mouse?
I can't, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and I'm going to log into StreamYard, and if you give me about 10 seconds, I'll be...
All right, mate. So really, look, the Wolves game, it felt like a bit of a grind, and why they like the Brighton draw showed what De Zerbi is trying to do, even if it's kind of blowing up in our faces a little bit. And it's kind of called the U shape. It's the way we're playing football. And let's look at the classic shape against Wolves. As I said, we nearly had 60% of the ball, but look where that stayed. And I'm going to kind of point towards something in a second. If it's Guy back, let me check if Guy's back. Where is he? Is he back in the room yet? Got Nige?
I can't see, mate.
You can't see?
No,
he's not back yet. Let me see if I can get a closer one, because I wanted to zoom in on the main players in central. Bentancur is the midfield. Let me just get a better one on there. This one here. There we go. Okay, so you've got Bentancur in the middle there, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
And you've got Basuma, bottom left. Xavi Simons, top left. And then Conor Gallagher on the right, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's see if Guy's back yet. No, he's not back yet. Let me just bring up the tactics. Okay, so contrast from the Brighton game. Against Brighton, we had, 45% possession. And you think that's worse, right? But it's not, because we had less of the ball. We weren't just passing for the sake of it. We were more aggressive. The game was chaotic, and we actually scored twice. And that's because De Zerbi, he likes to commit so many bodies forward. And we got caught in stoppage time in both halves. So kind of Wolves, it was like total control, but zero threat. And the Brighton, it was like total chaos and zero security. If you understand, Nigel, with us?
Yeah.
Comment, mate, if you agree or if you don't agree.
Yeah, I agree. It's two different teams, though, isn't it? Because Brighton very much came out to attack, whereas Wolves didn't look interested in scoring at all. They were quite happy just to shut up shop the whole game and let us have the ball. Yeah.
So let's go to the heat maps. So this is what it shows. So they basically they've given a lot of work to Bentancur, right? So he's there to pick up the ball from the defence, is defend, control, progress the ball. And if you look at the heat maps, you look at him, he's all central, right? Okay. You look at Basuma, he's way too deep, and he's out wide to the left. And he's kind of acting like a secondary left back to cover for transitions. And then you've got Xavi Simons, his pin right, in the same touchline, right? And if you look at the middle of the pitch, it's literally a black hole, right? There's zero heat in the centre circle or in zone 14 outside the box. So, there's a lot of criticism about, our forwards at championship level. Solanke, we've got a lot of criticism, but we're not creating anything centrally, right? Right, and we're getting it out wide. And Guy, come in here if you want at any point, mate. It's not like Solanke's missing chances, is it? He's not getting any chances. So there's a problem with how we're creating. Guy, what do you reckon, mate?
See that?
I don't know, mate. I think he's got some technical issues.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, that's been the problem. I said it during the watch along. I literally said, how are we expecting our strikers to score when we are not providing any service? I think we put in like hardly any crosses during the whole game. We're just not getting into dangerous areas at all. And it doesn't help with the players we got out there, right? We got Mawani out on the right. He's not a winger. We've got Simmons who plays kind of off the left, but again, he likes to play more centrally, but he's a bit wasted where he is. And we're not getting any service to Solanke.
Yeah. So obviously the forwards get slated, doesn't it, by the fan base? We got rubbish forwards.
Yeah.
The championship level, we're not creating anything. That game, well, can you remember any real good chances? There was a header from Bentancur from the corner. I can remember. I'm struggling.
I can't remember if I'm back. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back, mate.
Cool.
Did you hear what we were saying?
I did hear you. Yeah. I mean, look, I think Nigel is completely correct. One of the things is obviously I don't rate our strikers as much as anyone else. I think it's choosing chronic diarrhea or chronic vomiting, but we created no chances for them to score. And I discussed this with Eugene on my watch along and everything. It was just like it felt like we're just lobbing it, because obviously Wolves were doing a nasty 5 at the back low block, right? It was really hard to penetrate. So what we were doing, it seems like we were lobbing it to the wings and seeing, inshallah, you know what I mean? Just seeing if we could get some crosses in.
Yeah, and so, De Zerbi is trying to play his system, right? Because a lot of people are saying he's not, but he is, right? With that shape, that 5 at the top, yeah? 5 attackers. You got the fullbacks playing as kind of wingers, right? Left and right. Yep. Yeah, and then you got the 2 centre backs. Then you got Bentancur, and then a massive hole in midfield, and then you kind of got Basuma defending. You got Conor Gallagher almost acting like a right winger. I thought he's supposed to be a number 10. There's no connection from the midfield to the attack. Nothing's going through centrally, and we're not putting enough. And Nigel, right, when we did put crosses in. We had 16 crosses, only 1 was successful, and that's quite low for a team to have like almost 60% possession. You should be having a lot more crosses than that, maybe between 20-25 crosses in a game. So we're not even doing that right.
We're going to cover that. We're going to cover that. We're going to cover the possession stats and the passing stats, because the first half, like I say, the first half was all possession, no intent to supply. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. The thing is, it wasn't horseshoe football. At points, it was. And I'm doing kind of like a mental remember of the game, because I only watched it a couple of days ago, because I knew I was going to come on here and you kind of pressed me on my stats, because I like how you do that. It wasn't sideways and backwards everywhere we go. I just, from what I was seeing on the pitch, it's just the way. It's, for me, Wolves completely set up in a way of like, because they had 0 attack, bro. They had nothing, right? And our defense is terrible at the best of times. I know people are going to be like, no, it's really good, but believe me, it's not if you can see 3-0. So in multiple games, by the way. But they had no intent to supply. To me, the opposition, and I can't remember the Wolves manager. I don't know every team. It just seems to me they were just I was looking over there because I was remembering, and now I'm back here like on camera.
Mhm.
I just remember them just literally setting up to. I know I'm using colloquial terms here.
Yeah,
They were
mate.
stinking the place out.
Yeah, well, you know,
And
that's all they did, right? They
Hmm.
didn't care. They just sat there, right? You know, they're already relegated. They didn't come out, and they didn't press, and yeah, and we were just
No,
standing there, you know, doing not a lot. We
in
just
that
kept on
you can
recycling
kind
the
of
ball. Sorry, Nigel.
no, I was going to say you can kind of understand why then Spurs are not just chucking the ball in because they were recycling it. It was a bit horseshoe, but they're trying to find an opening. Yeah, they're trying to pull players out so they can slip balls in.
Yeah,
And then if they're getting the ball out wide and they're looking up to put a ball in, and all you've got is a Solanke in the box, and you've got 5
not
defenders there.
usually
What
in
are
the
you going to do?
box
What's the
though.
point? It's a
Yeah, he's
question
not
just comes
usually
back
in the
to it.
box.
But
Did you?
no, or Richarlison, you know, it's the same thing, which is why we're so reliant on set pieces because it's the only time when we get players in the box.
Yeah, yeah, I actually agree on Nigel on this. Look, me and a friend of mine offline, we were talking about Solanke versus Richarlison, and to me, like I say, it is a flip of coin on who's worse on per game. But you're right. The only way we can get people in the box is a set piece, a free kick, a corner. You know, it's shocking. It's shocking. I, I agree with you, Nigel. 100%.
so that's why it was so frustrating, right? Wasn't it? A lot of the ball, but just no penetration, right? You know, we just couldn't create anything. We've got no wingers who can take on a man. And, you know, Xavi needs to be more central in that. You know, he's obviously injured now. He can't help us. But if you've got a creative midfielder like that, he's got to be more central rather than stuck out on the left. It wasn't working, was it? And De Zerbi didn't really
Not just,
change it other than the
yeah, not just,
substitutions.
yeah,
And it
not
was
just that.
desperate
Having some
stuff, man.
backup.
Guy,
Having
you
some
said
backup.
Guy, you wanted what one did you want to bring up next about passing and stuff? Yeah, because what did you
Yeah.
want to talk about? Which one?
I can just upload that. I can
I've
do
got it.
that.
This one, yeah,
You got it? Is that attacking? Let's have a look.
yeah, that's the
That
attacking one.
that is the attacking. Look. You can see the highest concentration of players through the wings, and look at our attack. Look at that. You're literally looking at a tick. No offense. Okay, so we all say, "Oh, Wolves are a relegation team." If you look at most of those, it's almost like a 50-50 if you talk about the stats that really matter, apart from touches in the opposition box. But that makes sense because Wolves were going for a dirty five at the back low block. You are going to have more touches in the opposition box to get through that block. But if you look at that to me is shocking, our attack.
But is it it's the players though, isn't it? You know, because a lot of people don't rate the players now, and they're just playing out of position. Mawani's not a right winger; he needs to be in around the box.
Yeah.
Xavi, you know, he was just wasted. But the Wolves players were just doubling up on Xavi. He wasn't getting any joy. He needed to be more central. And this system, De Zerbi, it didn't work, did it, against Wolves? Um,
I mean,
and then
it
I'm
worked in a
thinking,
result. I mean,
yeah,
it worked in finally we got a goal, and that's only because again the odds were like I say, if the odds are stacked against us in any kind of open play, we could not penetrate. If the odds were stacked in our favour, then yeah, we could. And let's face it, I mean, Paulinho. The only reason that goal went in is because Paulinho had a half of a millisecond to act. He just went, oh, you know what I mean? It was an
yeah.
instinct goal.
So kind of my thought before I want to talk about how De Zerbi's setting up. Before I kind of
Hmm.
finalise what I want to say, was there any other stats there, Guy, that you wanted to go over? Because you got the defending there as well. I'll bring up
Passing,
anything there.
passing.
The passing one, yeah.
Yeah,
This
have a
is
look
one.
at the passing. This is
Right.
shocking, right? Right.
What
Look,
particularly?
look. Okay, so it's shocking in the fact that look, right. So in the first half, it like I say, we didn't dominate them at all, right? We had loads of accurate passing,
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of it was in our own half in the build up. But look at the opposition half passing compared to, I'm pointing at the screen, but I know you can't see it. But if you look at the opposition half passing in the first half to the second half, it's less than half. In that second half, and also look at the accurate long balls. So we know there's three ways to beat a press and a defender, right? You dribble past them, you pass through them, or you pass over them, right? So if you look at the accurate long balls compared to the second half, it completely dips off, man.
Yeah.
To me, everyone said that the second half was better, and I looked at them and went, "What are you smoking, bro? That goal was lucky." And when I say luck, oh, okay, that goal was just instinct, just instinct.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to go over.
Okay. Let me take this off the screen a second,
Hmm.
because I just kind of want to summarize. And and I know we got the win, but the
Doesn't mean you
performance
can't be critical.
was it was terrible, and it gives me no kind of hope when we come up against these next teams. We're going to be playing better teams, and we've got less attackers now. So the attackers that we did have, Solanke ineffective, wasn't really doing anything in the game. Xavi was ineffective. He's injured now anyway. I just really worry, if De Zerbi persists with playing this way, I don't think it's going to work. I've got to be honest. On the evidence there, Brighton, we got some joy. It was a bit of a chaos game, isn't it? They gave us some space, Brighton, because they like to play as well. Although they didn't come out at us all the time. And we couldn't hold it out, could we? We just couldn't hold on to it. So I'm just I want to hear from you guys. I'll go to the chat in a minute. Is De Zerbi right to stick to this way of playing for the remaining 4 games, or does he need to change it up? And what I mean by change it up is maybe, for example, maybe play more midfielders. Yeah, bolster the midfield. Get those midfielders running behind the striker, which is there's not a lot of options, is there? Richarlison or Mawani. Do you throw Bergvall in there because he does like to get it forward? I know he's unreliable, but we're really lacking options. Do you play Mawani behind a striker to get him more involved in the play, in the game? I don't know. Do we need to play more of like a relegation side? Sit in there, keep it tight, flood the midfield, play for set pieces, get those fullbacks up wide, but cross the ball. Have a target in the box, have a Conor Gallagher running in the box. I don't know. But this way De Zerbi is setting up, and after seeing it after 2 games, I don't know if it's the right thing. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. Well, I'll have a look at the chat in a minute.
I don't see him changing too much, to be honest. He's been hell-bent. As soon as he come in, he's like, I'm not going to make too many changes, and he's seen his team for the first 3 games. Unless it's been an injury, it's been pretty much the same side. So I don't see him changing too much. For me, personally, I would just try and keep clean sheets. If we get 4 points, we're probably going down, but at least we've got a chance. Try and keep a clean sheet. If we can get a set piece goal, get a couple of 1-0 wins, then I think we stay up. I don't think we got the players there now to go and attack teams. What I will say is, though, teams like Aston Villa won't sit back. Teams like Leeds, you saw how they played against United. They won't sit back. They'll come at Tottenham, and that might actually work in our favour. So I think if we're looking at the Wolves game in isolation, I think you look at that and you think, oh, God, we're in trouble. But Wolves literally just parked the bus. And we've watched Spurs over the years. Even the great Pochettino side, I can remember games when teams parked the bus and we had to literally, it had to be an Ericsson 90th minute long ranger to win the game. I think maybe we look at the Wolves game differently. We look at the Brighton game, we say, okay, we played well there. Yes, we didn't win. But I do think if teams come out at us, I think we've got a better chance.
Are we
Fair
forgetting
enough.
Sunderland as well?
Yeah, Sunderland, it wasn't
I was at that
great
game,
either, was
brother.
it? It wasn't. It
I was
wasn't
at
great,
that
was
game.
it? And that Wolves games, it was so close, man. It could have been a draw, couldn't it? Really, so close. We just got it, and it was what, a set piece, wasn't it? It was like a, wasn't it like a, was it a shot from Richarlison? I don't know what it was really. A
Yeah, so
mishit shot.
essentially,
From a corner,
yeah,
didn't
so
it?
set piece came in,
Yeah.
Charleston shot, rebounded out, Paulinho instinctively went laces. It's kind of like the same. It's all. It's not exactly the same if you were to look at it in player position, like if you were to dissect it as a match. But as a player on the pitch, it's exactly the same way where Xavi hit the woodwork on Brighton. I love because he curled the ball in. Hence, I like to speak with my hands. He curled the ball in, hit the woodwork, and Porro came in and just laced it through. Now, if Porro would have got that goal, it was just instinct. That is player instinct. He didn't go tappy tappy tap 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 and overthink it. He just laced it, and I think that's what that Paulinho did. He just went fuck it. I've got a score, bro. I've got a score.
So, Guy, do you think that De Zerbi can continue to play this way with the even less players he's got now? With that midfield being so kind of open and just and everything's reliant on Bentancur to control, defend, do everything. But Zuma's not getting in the games enough. You know, I know he's covering the left back while he's up forward in Spence, and I get that. But there's just no, I don't know, there's nothing centrally. There's no creativity. And yes, we need wingers who can take on a man and skillful players, which we just haven't got. I don't know, man. I just think this is going to come short every time we play. I think we got away with it against Wolves. Yeah. And playing Villa now. And whatever you think about Villa, going to probably rest players. They're still a good side. You know, their pressure is on us for the points. They're pretty, I think, almost certain to get Champions League. So the pressure's not going to be on them. It's going to be on Spurs to go out and play against Villa. And when playing like this, how are we going to get the goals? I don't know.
Oh, I mean, to get to your point, the pressure is always going to be on us in every game that we do from now to the end of the season. The pressure is always on us.
Yeah, we're going to be relegated.
It's just a simple fact, right? Because we are facing relegation. So to the main point, can De Zerbi keep this style of play? In my honest opinion, no. Because it's really shocking to say this, and it's hard. You know, here's the thing, and when it comes to Conor Gallagher, right? So I've seen Conor Gallagher's kind of career, and it's weird because I live in Southeast London. I saw him play at Charlton, right? I saw him play at Crystal Palace, and I saw him play at Chelsea. The issue is, I also, not live, but I saw him play for Atletico Madrid. I saw him play those 2 seasons. He is the Atletico Gallagher. He's not the Charlton Gallagher. He's not the Crystal Palace Gallagher, and he's not the Chelsea Gallagher. Can I see him pull a game by the scruff of the neck that he used to do for Charlton and Crystal Palace? No. No, I cannot.
So what use is he then, Guy? How does De Zerbi get the most out of him? Because he was talking about, I want to see the old Gallagher. You know, he's got this thing going on, praising all the players, telling them they're better than they are. Remember when you scored those goals, when you played under Ange, you played that attacking football. He's trying to get in their minds, right? I get where he's coming from. Yeah, he has to. He's got no choice other than to praise the players and make them feel good and give them belief, right? I agree with it. But Conor Gallagher, he was on the right. He was like a right winger against Wolves. He wasn't doing anything in the game to contribute to, creating a goal or scoring. This is my issue.
Yeah, and here's the thing. My biggest, I know it's doom and gloom in the center of this conversation, right? Here's the thing. Everyone says to me, like, why don't you have hope? I think we are and have been in a mentality death spiral for over a year. So if you're asking these players to all of a sudden play, and here's my big word, I keep saying this word, cohesive. If you're asking these players to play cohesively, to play 1-2 football, to get fluidity on the pitch, and the thing is, we're not asking for Ronaldinho levels, Zidane levels, bloody Messi levels, or early Neymar levels of fluidity here. We're just asking for above relegation level fluidity here. But if we are, I think it's too much of an ask for these players now. I really do think it's too much of an ask because these players, for every home game that I went to before Thomas Frank was sacked, and it was, I think it's about 6, 7, or 8. Can't remember. I have to check my ticket, my Spurs ID. We were booing at halftime. We were booing at full time. That, you know what I mean? We've gone from booing all the time to going, okay, now we believe. I don't know. I just don't think the players have got it in them. And
Okay.
the thing is, and everyone will say these players on paper are better than relegation. Yes, but paper don't win football.
So look, the players looking at their kind of passing accuracy, the majority of them they passed. They're very high. Yeah, they were good at keeping possession, recycling possession. But as I said, there was no penetration. There was hardly any chances created. It was just pass, 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 pass. And then you hear, well, that is good because the more we've got the ball, the less likely the opposition are going to score. Do you know what I mean? What's that, guy? What's that?
Oh, it's just our strikers can't create any chances for themselves because they're shit.
Well, Mawani is a striker and he's playing as a right winger, right? So he's not going to do a lot there. He needs to be in and around the box. He's not great. He hasn't really done anything for Spurs this season other than the Champions League. And then you've got Xavi playing on the left, which was ineffective against Wolves, in my opinion, I think. He got Tell there to come on. I don't rate him, but, you know, he tries to do something. You know, could he
first touch.
Yeah, he's flat as to deceive. He's got no output. But this is desperate times. And you've got Richarlison, who's just chaos in the box, can't hold the ball up, keeps falling over. But he might grab a goal. He has scored this season.
He does, doesn't he? He does. Yeah, he does. I've never heard anyone say that before. That's true.
What?
He falls over in the box. When he goes for a header, he always hits the ground.
He's not good, man. He's not good, but he does fight. He does give it his all. He looks like he's trying hard, you know. Nights, mate.
For me, right, the answer is simple. And that's, we need to play Bentancur further forward. Because for me, Bentancur is the most technical player we have in midfield, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, every other midfielder is much of a muchness. They all work hard, you know, good runners. For me, Bentancur's just got that. And listen, I'm not saying he's the answer, but he's got that little bit of class. He can get out of a tight situation. He can take the ball in the half turn.
No, you're talking, Nigel.
He's done that. So we play Paulinho in the 6.
Yeah.
We don't need a double pivot. We need to score goals.
No, we don't.
We get Paulinho up for, we get Bentancur further up, and we get him hopefully being able to create things because we haven't got a lot of creativity. So for me, Bentancur would be the one player I think could create something. For me, definitely not a Bergvall.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, is De Zerbi going to persist with this, right? Because he might change it up against Villa. You might look at what he's got and you think, well, I'm going to have to play this a bit different now. You know, we'll have to wait and see on Sunday night. But I'm telling you right now, if he persists with this way of playing, it's not going to get us enough goals. It's not going to get us enough wins. And I think we're down anyway. But when I'm looking at, we've got to analyse these games. We've got to look ahead at the games. I've got to think, like, what is the manager thinking? Yeah, how is he going to? I don't know. Maybe I'm over-analysing it. But, you know, this is what we do, isn't it, as fans? We look at things.
Do you not think the club isn't over-analysing it? The club has milliseconds of stop setting footage. we're doing it over an hour. They do it for 4 hours a day, man. Let's do it. Let's crack on. This is what we do as fans, right?
Yeah.
Agree, Nige. 100%. Bentancur needs to be further up the damn field because Gallagher can't do it. He's not doing it.
Yeah, but he's playing Basuma there. And look, he's, doesn't give the ball away much, but doesn't do much with it, right? Safe in possession, technically better than Paulinho. So he's choosing to play Basuma over Paulinho. But Paulinho has got goals this season. He's got character, and I know he brought him on and he threw him on. It was, plan B, put Paulinho on, get him in the box, he's got a goal, so he is using him, but should he start? And this is the questions that I'm going to be, asking about. It's so crucial now, isn't it? These remaining games. Let's go to the chat. Let's get the chat involved with this.
Yeah,
and let's get the chat go involved. Go to Giant Panda. He said, why can't our strikers create any chances for themselves? Because they are shit. And you're right. Solanke can't create anything himself. He can't, really. No. So that's true.
He did create something for Xavi, though, in the Brighton game, and I have no idea what got into him on that Xavi, because I analysed it with another player, and Solanke legged it up the wing, passed it off to Xavi, and unfortunately he didn't go in, and unfortunately Porro didn't get it either. But why is Solanke...
what I'm saying, Guy, what I think Giant Panda means is that he's not like a Kane or a Son who would call a girl out of nowhere. We haven't got forwards like that anymore. Yeah? We just don't have it. So he's right. Yeah,
100% he's right.
Such poor service, Surreal, even to you, man. Giant Panda's talking about Tell. He's a brilliant in cutting inside and ballooning it over the bar. There's no output, but this is it. This is what we got, isn't it? Nige, sorry, mate. It sounds like you want to say something there.
No, I absolutely agree. You know what? Tell's busy, isn't he? He's always busy. He's always looked like he's in the game, but he never actually does anything when he gets the ball. But this is what we have to rely on. We have Tell, Richarlison, and Mawani as our front three. 13 goals in 81 appearances.
It's shocking. It is
shocking.
I
want Kolo Mawani never to start, but the problem is we are such bare bones that he has to start. I honestly think Randall Kolo Mawani is a fucking hindrance to our squad. That is my personal opinion based on everything that I've seen and the stats that I've read and what I whenever he starts, to me, he is dog shit. I have never seen someone play so bad in an attacking position as Randall Kolo Mawani. I really haven't.
He's not been good enough, has he? He's not been good enough. Talking about the heat maps. Let's go down a bit further on the comments, see if there's anything.
Got to stop slouching.
It was horseshit football, more like a field full of horses for great more chances than we do. Yeah, at this point, it's just pure like banter in your own team because we were that bad, and I get it. I get where he's coming from, man. This is how you survive, isn't it?
We've got to win, Dan. Stop complaining. We've got to win. Stop complaining. We've got to win.
Possession with no intent to supply. I'm familiar with this. Every team in the Premier League have better midfielders than us. Every team has better strikers than us. What do you expect?
It's our weakest point. It's our weakest point, and I've been saying it since the season started. When I saw that Super Cup final, we are shit in the midfield. We need to bolster the midfield, but we didn't in January. Thank you, Enoch Yar.
Yeah, well, this is why we're probably getting relegated. Our forwards don't know how to stretch a defence, which is right. We haven't got anyone running in behind. No pace in that forward line, Nige, have we? No pace at all. Wilson's out. Kudos is out.
I was about to say that. Here's the thing. We had, on the transition, or the break, or the counter-attack, depending what generation you are, and to Nige, I'm going to do the Ronaldinho. To Nige and Dan, how slow are we on that?
We are slow. We can't do much attacking wise. It's dreadful. This is why, where fans say they have hope and it's encouraging signs. I can't see it. Yeah, honestly, it's it's what is this encouraging signs from these performances? What is giving fans hope that yes, we won a game? Is that based on just that? Is it based that we got a clean sheet?
Oh
Is it
yeah, yeah.
based? What is it based off? Is it just false hope? What is it? Nige, tell us, man,
Well,
if I'm missing something.
for me, listen, for me, and I'm just speaking for myself. For me, it is pure hopium. It is as Guy would say. I've been on the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's pure hope. It's holding on because, like I said, and I say it on my show. If I give up hope as a fan that we're not going to win, if I give up and say, "Oh, we're going down," then I can't then look at the players and go, you're shit because you've
But they're
give up.
fucking paid money,
If I
Nige,
give up,
mate. They're
then
paid a lot of
yeah,
money
absolutely.
and they're failures. Honestly,
Yeah.
they're paid a lot
But
of
what I'm
money.
saying, if I give up as a fan, then I can't then have a go at them for giving up. I've just got to hope. I've
But
got to
Nige, you can
believe
give up, mate, because
that.
they've been pathetic.
No, he can't.
Honestly.
He can't. No, don't take
Yeah.
it away from him. No, 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 don't do that, Dan. No, 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 don't.
Let me
No,
I'm
have
no,
trying to
no,
give him.
no,
I'm trying to let him. He's
no,
taking too much on his shoulders, Nige. You're
no,
taking too much on your shoulders, mate.
no,
It's not
no.
your
I
fault.
want Nige. Stay
Right.
exactly who you are, mate. Don't become like us, brother. Don't, because
All right,
I
don't worry.
really appreciate you, man. Your shows give,
Okay.
well, they don't give me hope because
Yeah.
I've lost it, man. But whenever you do your shows, it's all guns blazing, and I love that. But no, but also on the counter attack, Nigel, do you think, and from what you've witnessed on our counter attacks,
Yeah.
are we
Yeah.
just too slow? Because there's been so many
We don't
times
shoot.
on the counter attack. Go on.
We don't counter attack anymore, do we? We haven't got anything. Our counter attack is hitting the ball to Mawani, who usually falls over or gives the foul away. So
Or he
that is
boots it
it
out
now.
of play. He
Yeah.
dribbles it out of play.
Isn't it to a point now where we've got no Kudus, we've got no Odebell, we've got no Johnson because we sold him. And I'm not saying Johnson was the answer, but at least he had pace. We've got
Yes.
absolutely
Yes.
nothing in those forward areas. Nothing at all.
It's Lange, Lange. Can you get some players with pace, mate? Can you get players that can run 10 yards in like 10 seconds? Oh, there's no players that can do that. Are you sure there's no players? Okay,
What's that show with the bloke with the big phone? You remember that in the old days? That bloke with the big phone. What's that called? You look like him.
Oh,
What was his name again? Someone will know in the chat. Someone will
You know
remember.
what I mean, though? It's just like, have you got any players? Have you got any players? No players. They got no players. I'm sorry. Oh, shut up, bro.
Looking at comment from C to the fourth. Wonder what the pass map looks like. Now I've gone in and looked at all their passes. It's just backwards and forward, backwards and sideways. There's nothing going in the box. There's no key passes in the box. There's no chances created. It's all very safe stuff. Backwards, sideways. There's not risk. There's barely any crosses, and the crosses weren't great. But there was no one in the box. Solanke was all over the pitch. If you look at the heat map, it's all just a bit of a mess, isn't it? And I get it. I don't expect De Zerbi to get this lot playing perfect football. It's impossible. No one has. Managers have tried and failed. So I don't expect him to work miracles. But it does worry me that how we expected to create chances. When we're playing against better teams and teams have got things to play for. I don't know, guys.
I'll give you a great analogy. On how we progress the ball into the box. We progress the ball into the box like a virgin. Keep on trying, but just can't score. It's just do you know what I mean? Nothing in the box. Nothing in the box.
Yeah, and it goes on. And look, let's go into the chat. We've got wingers with no wings and athletics for footballers. It's just mind-boggling. It's just like, you can't argue with it. We just haven't. We haven't got it, have we? We are reliant on Richie, Tel, Mawani, impossible. Then there's the midfield. Gallagher, Burville, Gray, Sarr, Bentancur and Basuma, not great either, impossible. And a lot of fans have just accepted the fact that this team is championship level. These players are championship level.
True. It's true, and the problem is, I watch I actually go to championship games. These players are going to get ripped apart in the championship.
They're not championship level, though, are they?
Archie Gray.
They're not championship level. Come on. Earlier on in the season, it was the managers. Can't now suddenly be the players.
Well, that's
Their
what I hear.
performance, they're not telling me.
If they get relegated, Nige,
if
they get relegated,
this is championship
they are
level
championship players, mate,
yes.
aren't they? If they get relegated,
they will be. Yeah,
they are. They're
I've been saying all
useless.
season these players are not good enough. But then I got told that I was being deluded, and it was the managers that were the problem.
Oh, see, for me,
what is it?
Here's my
Managers or
caveat,
players? Or is it both?
Here's my caveat, Nige. The way these players are playing is championship level. There you go. See, I got my out, brother.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I was the managers all season, and then I saw them under Tudor, and I seen them under De Zerbi, and I just thought, nah. I just thought, nah, they're not good enough, man. I can't defend it anymore, man.
Yeah.
It gets to undefendable, right? You know, I thought if we got a decent manager in, yeah, Tudor was useless, right? He was useless. If De Zerbi would have come in earlier, maybe it'd look different. Maybe if De Zerbi came in before Christmas and then he was given a transfer window in January, maybe he could have brought some technicians in, put something up front, some pace, some skill. But it's all too late. Enoch have fucked it. And you just can't defend these players, man. They are collectively not good enough. They are, and
here's the thing:
it's okay to admit that.
A team is a team, and here's the thing: when I go and talk to people, and he's regarding West Ham and stuff like that. For me, West Ham are just. I don't say they're a better team than us. I'm never going to say that they're a better team than us. I would never say that they're a better club than us. Fuck West Ham. Fuck the Irons. But what I will say is, they are a more cohesive team than us, and that is the difference. If they are more cohesive than us, really, do you think they're less cohesive?
I disagree. Listen, West Ham have been picking results up. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, you know they've won 2 of the last 3, drew the other one. But you watch those games, and I watched the game against Wolves, and Wolves were the better side for the first half.
How many games have you watched?
It wasn't 2 or 3 of the recent games.
I've watched every game.
Okay, but for me, right, you look at West Ham, right, and they still concede a lot of chances every game, right?
So do we,
but their difference is their strike force is fit, yeah.
They signed a couple of players, Nige, in January.
And they signed a couple of players that have gone in and done a job.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sticking up for Spurs in any way, but us, you know, we've been decimated in the forward areas. So we're really struggling to score goals at the
midfield. And the midfield.
West Ham, I still don't think our midfield is terrible. I don't think, listen, it's not great.
Okay.
But I look
so
at West Ham's midfield, I look at Tottenham midfield, I don't see a lot of difference. What I'm saying is West Ham's main threat, their strike force are all fit, but they're still conceding chances. If their strike force was injured like the Spurs,
because the defense is terrible.
I don't think West Ham would be. Yeah,
but
I don't think West
but
Ham
also,
would
Nige,
they'd be down.
Also, guys, Nuno has been there longer, and he's got the players working to how he wants. A couple of signings in January, what they needed goals. They got them. They ain't got injuries, which obviously is helping them. Don't think they got any injuries. So a combination of things has really worked for West Ham, right? And they've risen up that table, and they're in good form. And they're putting out results, but you'll think, oh, they won't win that one, or they won't get anything out of that one, but they bloody well do. And this is the difference. And this is why, sorry, Guy, this is why I'm not having any encouragement from the last couple of games, because I don't see it. And these teams like West Ham, Nottingham Forest are in form. Their strikers are scoring. They're creating chances. They're working as a team. They're showing fight. Look at Nottingham Forest the other day. Smashed Sunderland to bits. Yeah, 5-0. Right. Leeds. Look at Leeds. Another Leeds. Yeah, they were down in the bottom for a lot of the season, and they've risen. Yeah, they keep persisting. The manager kept persisting, and they're picking up, not always winning, but they weren't losing. They were getting points. And all of them three teams are pulling away from Spurs, and we're being left. Yeah, we're being left. And this is why when fans say we're staying up, don't worry, we're staying up, we're not going down. I don't get it. And there are people like that, Nige. We're staying up, we're not going down. We're too good to go down. You know,
Do I need to put my shorts back on my head? Do I need to put the shorts back on my head and do another relegation talk?
I want to go to a comment from Scott here. He says, problem is, it's a confidence issue. It's talent. And then Scott says, De Zerbi can't make them feel good into good players, which is true, isn't it?
It's different. Like, Scott, I love you to bits, yeah? But I'm not going to lie. If you're, as a player, speaking from a player...
Confidence is important.
Confidence. If you go into that game thinking that you will lose the game, you're 100% going to lose it. If you go into that game thinking that you are going to win a game, you have a chance. Confidence cannot be overstated in sport.
And this is why, maybe, just maybe, and listen, we have been shit this season. 1 win in 17 or whatever, probably only 1 win in the last 20 odd games. But that 1 win we got, no matter how crap it was, maybe, just maybe, that gives us that little.
This is it. It's maybes. Nige, it's maybes. It is. That's all we got. And you got Jamie O'Hara speaking on Sky Sports today saying we'll win against Everton at home and we'll win against Leeds at home when we've only won 2 games at home all season. Why are we suddenly going to win those 2 games?
No, Dan.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's all radio effect, though, isn't it? That's just...
But it's not just him who says it. There's many fans online say the thing. They say it as well.
They're the games we have to win, right? We're looking at our 4 fixtures left. We probably know we're not going to beat Chelsea. We probably know we're not going to beat Villa. So we look at our 2 home games, Leeds, Everton. We have to win them. It's not a question of we will win it. We have to. If we don't, we're down.
They're all must-wins now, bro.
And that might not even be enough. It might not be enough because West Ham are already 2 points above us, right? And, they could win 2 out of their 4 games. So
we won a game. I need to update the bingo card, mate. I need to put possibility 4 against relegation, against relegated team. That's how we've been all season.
Guys, let me bring up something, some kind of fans' comments I read on the BBC, yeah? And just, look, this is just, fans' different opinions, right? Let me bring this up, guys, okay?
Let's have a laugh.
Can you see this? Not all of it's funny, but, there are some good comments in it. So you got Dave, Dave, Kingsley's save was massive. He was man of the match. Defence more solid, midfield combative, but still lack creativity. Solanke and Simmons, big losses for the rest of our campaign. Overall, high marks for effort and application. There's no doubt we are getting better.
He did so well. I was agreeing with everything until he said there's no doubt we're getting better.
Okay.
Well done, Dave.
Well, Dave. And then we'll go to Bert. Yeah? Bert, this was a hard-fought victory against the bottom side of the Premier League, leaves a bitter taste. Nothing in our performance suggests we have any chance of avoiding relegation. Meanwhile, West Ham showed more drive and determination.
There you go. I agree with that one. That it was it hard fought? It really was hard fought. Because you got to remember when did we score that goal, people? At what point did we score that goal? Was it on the first half or was it in the dying minutes of the second?
Yeah. So should we go to Ian? Ian,
come on, Ian.
After 70 years of loyal support, nothing surprised me about Spurs. Champions or relegated, it seems it's all the same to some of these players. I think I'm too old to plough my way through another season like this.
Oh, no. Oh, Ian, please. We need you, brother. Don't. Yeah. Oh, bless him. No, that reads like a bloody obituary, man. Yeah. No.
Christopher, last one. Finally a win in the league and well deserved. Sure, it wasn't pretty and Wolves were poor, but the signs are encouraging under De Zerbi. A pattern of play, more forward passing rather than hopeful long
That's
balls.
lies.
The
That's
fans were
lies.
superb as usual before, during, and afterwards, which is very true. The fans were superb.
Oh, and
Superb.
Spurs.
COYS. Anything on that one, guys?
Yeah, I like
Oh,
it. I
bless
like it.
him.
I like
Yeah,
Chris.
of course you do. Of course you do.
Doesn't that just say though, guys? Isn't it just like fans that we, as a fan base, we're either half glass full, half glass empty, and that's what makes it so beautiful, right? Because if we didn't, then we wouldn't have channels like this talking about our
Yeah.
great club. And
It's just
Yeah, I
interesting, the
I
viewpoint after the
wouldn't.
game, innit? Of different
Yeah.
fans. Like,
Look,
we
here's
all see it differently.
Yeah, of course we do. But the thing is, look, it's the same with every club. It's like one of the reasons why I make a point to like tune into like Nige, because at the end of the day, if I'm going for a run or I'm doing my gym stuff or I'm doing some forward passing or whatever, I don't want to listen to like negativity all day. I like Nige's like optimistic look at it. He's like, we're still going down, but I think we'll win the next game. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah,
positive,
fair
but not
enough.
too positive.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's like this is one of the reasons why I don't stream that often, bro. Because I'm just gonna like,
I can't listen. I can't listen to many people anymore, right? And how I'm feeling about the club, how I'm feeling about Enoch, the board, a lot of them, and that, and I see the fan base, majority of fan base, they're talking and moaning, complaining how crap this season is. Everyone's
but as
shit.
long as not
But what
complaining
action
about
are
Peppa
you taking? What action are you going to take as a fan? Or I get it, you got to support the team, of course. Got to support the team in the ground, watching at home. Fair enough. Yeah, but what about the action against the board? This is the worst season in memory, right? For
yes, it's worse
for
than
many of us,
94.
right?
Yeah, it's worse than
Yeah.
94.
So why aren't the fan base talking about action? I don't know, and this is what it is. I can't listen to people unless I only listen to people who are actually calling out Enoch. Yeah, calling out Enoch, talking about taking action. I'll listen to those people, and I just can't listen to it because it's just doesn't help me as a fan. I want to be
Yeah,
talking to
dude,
people who want to take action, want to do something about it, and unfortunately, a lot of the fan base are just
dude.
never
Most
going to take
like,
action.
look,
Guy,
most people. Yeah, I'm gonna say like most people for some reason. Look, a lot of people for some reason are like whinging and moaning about Peppa Pig and like recruitment ads on LinkedIn. Dude, it's LinkedIn. Recruitment ads go on LinkedIn. Nige, you know what LinkedIn is. Is it like Facebook? No. That's where you get people's jobs. Okay. So if they recruit on LinkedIn, it's fine. Peppa Pig, why are we discussing this? Why are we discussing like stuff that has nothing to do with us, right? Look, we are like Dan said. I'm saying this as a fan. This is worse than '94, bro. I remember '94. I thought we were going down in '94. We didn't. This is and here's the thing: rose tinted glasses. Oh, it's because Enoch that we're so shit. Do you not remember the protests against Alan Sugar? I was there during those protests. Like this is not the first time we want our ownership out. This is not the first time that we've protested. It's just I don't want to talk about Peppa Pig and LinkedIn. I want to talk about and do something about it, and doing something about it is calling that the bullshit.
The trouble is, I mean, how true this is, I don't know. And Guy, you probably be able to tell me. But from what I see, a lot of the fans that actually go to the ground now, a lot of the season ticket holders don't go. They sell their tickets. So a lot of the fans that are at the ground don't care whether about the owners because
Me
they're
and
not
Dan have got a
interested. They go
story
to watch
about it.
the game, have a beer. I
Right,
went to
it's
see. I just
go
finished.
on.
I went to see Leicester last season at White Hart
Mhm.
Lane,
I
Tottenham.
was at that game.
And yeah, so was I. And I was in the south stand. And when we went 2-1 down, I was sat in front of 4 season ticket holders behind me. And they didn't say this fucking bored. Let's get out of this. Let's leave. Let's go. They said, fancy going downstairs for a beer?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go downstairs. They went downstairs for a beer, and then 10 minutes later they come back, or 20 minutes later they come back up. Fans don't care enough. And their
No, it's
season
true. It's true, Nige. And it's really frustrating when you're, passionate about wanting change, wanting new owners, and then you see the most of the fan base, they don't take action, and you're just left kind of helpless, right? Aren't you? And I know there's things in the pipeline. I know there are. On Cookie Show the other night, talking about, what Brian's saying is going to be, and hopefully a new movement,
More
ENIC out.
protests that are protesty than more protesty than the protests. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
mate.
Well,
Look, I can give you, and me and Dan have talked about this, and we can talk about it, right? So people who go to the games, and yes, there is a ticket exchange. I want to see what Scott's saying as well, because sometimes he says some insightful
I
stuff.
want to say something what Scott says here in a minute after you go.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right. So yes, a lot of season ticket holders give up their ticket. I did last season because I was ill. Because remember, Dan, I was talking to you today one-on-one about it. I gave it to my godkids. Right, but the problem is most people who go to the games, be it season ticket. I don't know why I'm holding this, but it's now become a prop. Most season ticket or ticket holders, what they want to do is they want to go, they want to enjoy the match, and then they want to go home, right? They want that dopamine hit. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Here's the thing, not, and that's most of them, yeah. And then you've got to realize how many of the 50,000 fans are tuning into YouTube channels. Not being horrible on viewership, yeah. The highest viewed
But they're
YouTube
tuning
channel,
into the positive channels, the ones that are.
yeah, that, or they're not even. They don't even. Most people know of expressions, but they don't watch his content. Like, you've been to the games, right? If you say to you, "Oh, what do you think of ENIC?" They're like, "Brother, I don't want to talk about that right now. I don't want to talk about it right now. What are you talking about? I want to enjoy the game," and that is absolutely fine. This could be a whole entire other stream, and I'm quite happy to do another stream of other content creators about grassroots movements. You're talking about a limited number of people to a limited number of people of exposure to a limited number of impetus and actual engagement. And the thing is, what you do is you start getting down to a point where it's paper thin. The only reason you will get any sort of engagement past the casual is to embrace the mainstream and the casual. And I'm using the word casual in the football sense, in the old firm sense of getting into grassroots football. It is very difficult to do because all of the fan bases are fragmented. Everyone is fragmented because, unfortunately, there are no firms anymore. There are no unified stances, and that's just the way it is right now. And on that note, I need to go jump and pee, but I can hear you.
And it's a social thing as well, right? Because a lot of fans go to the game, they might not see the person who sits next to them for a couple of weeks, and they go back to the game and they catch up with them. They'll have a beer with them. And there was someone saying about, if we go down, they should do a pitch invasion in the last game of the season for the Everton game. Just get on the pitch and protest on the pitch. But most of these fans are not going to do that because they're season ticket holders. And if they do that, they get banned for life. So
They just go and get another beer, mate. Drown the sorrows.
Yeah, exactly. Spend some more money.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle, mate. It's frustrating, isn't it? It is frustrating, especially us guys with protests. People in the chat, I'm sure, have as well. Want to take action, boycott, whatever. But it is a challenge. This is what we're up against. And then unless anyone challenges the board, nothing's going to ever change. It's going to continue. It's going to be shit, isn't it? That's reality, and it's not good enough. No standards. What Scott said about De Zerbi doesn't like change. Yeah, I don't think he will change. This is my problem. He won't. He's stubborn. He will keep persisting with the way he's playing, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think we're going to get enough goals this way. But we will see. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. Hope we do manage to pull out some results, but I just don't think it's going to happen if he keeps playing like this. it's not enough. It's not going to be good enough, but we will see. Let's go to the comments. I think we'll do better sticking our defence up front and our forwards. Defensive players have scored quite a few goals. I mean, Nigel, you come up with a stat earlier about the forwards, the lack of goals from them. It's scary stuff, isn't it?
Goal scorers are defenders, aren't they? Isn't Paulinho now our highest goal scorer?
Richarlison, isn't he, with 9? Wow, 9. Remember when we had Kane and he'd get like 35 a season?
Yeah. It is a problem, man. It is a problem. Yeah, but guys, it is an issue, isn't it? And we like to not, but it is the truth, right? We haven't replaced Kane. We haven't replaced Son. Nowhere near. And it's come to bite us, hasn't it? It really has. And
yeah, because here's the thing, reality. Right? Here's the thing.
But it's not just that. It's a multiple reasons why we're in this position. It's not just solely that. No. It's so many things.
Recruitment, but if we're talking solely on recruitment here, right? And people are saying, "Oh, I don't have an emotional connection to this team." It's because they're not winning. If they were winning, you would, okay? Because you weren't saying that during the fucking Europa League final win. All right, stop it. All right. But here's the thing. I hate when people go, "I've got no." Well, you weren't saying that last year. Stop. All right. But here's the thing, and I'll do it very succinctly. I have never had a problem with Spurs selling players. Not a problem. I'm not 12 anymore. I don't need to collect Topps cards and get them signed. What I have a problem with is every time that we do sell a player, we do not replace them with someone better. I cannot remember the last time we sold someone and replaced them with better. Eriksen, Kane, Son, Van der Vaart. What, like the whole defense? Like, I know Van der Ven's good, but like, what the hell are we doing? If we are so good defensively, we've been spanked 3-0. What happened to our goal difference? You know what I mean? I've got the reason we don't have a connection is we don't sell them, but I need better. Oh my God, I got a bit uppity then. We need as a club better. We sell Kane, okay, get better. We sell Bale, okay, get better. We sell Modric, okay, get better. What are we doing? We haven't done that. And that's the problem with our recruitment, focusing on recruitment.
Yeah, no, one of the biggest problems, isn't it, really? Sacking managers, hiring managers, change of styles. You could go on and on and on. It's mental. This board, owners, the decisions they've made. This is where we're at, isn't it? Because of it. Big up to Ellie. Hope you're good, Ellie. No worries. No worries, Ellie. Hope you're all right. Enoch out. Yeah, that's definitely the message from us. Enoch out. Yeah. We have to keep speaking about it. Giant Panda.
Same as the new Enoch.
Championship level strikers. Scott saying Gray, Bergvall, Tel, Odeberg, Solanke, Richie, Souza, Danso, 100% championship level.
Not Danso.
Souza. Not seen him enough yet.
I wouldn't say Dan. Well, I've seen him in other leagues, but Gray, yes, we actually signed him from a championship club, Leeds. Bergvall or Berryvall, whatever you want to call him, yes. Tell, yes. Odeberg, yes, we got him from Burnley. Solanke, purple patch from Bournemouth. Richie, he's good, but he's old and he's done. Souza, I ain't even seen enough of him to say anything. So yeah, there's my analysis.
Yeah, most of them are basically. He's right.
Yeah. I just want to do it quickly.
Adam Basuma, championship level as well now. He's he was doing all right at Brighton, weren't he? Performing well with that team.
He's on championship level drugs.
Spencer. Guy, man, that was naughty, man. That was naughty. Oh my days. God, what else was going on here? This Illy's saying, I watched my hubby's team QPR. They have much better passage of play than us. This is it, isn't it? Then they're mid-table. Joseph, how you doing, man? Fuck Tottenham. That's simple
Yeah,
simple
fuck
as that.
Tottenham.
Fuck Tottenham.
Hey, I'm not
Fuck West
COYS
Ham.
anymore. I'm FOYS. I'm pure FOYS. I'm pure FOYS. Fuck off, you Spurs.
At least talking about QPR have a better strike force than Spurs. Like, this is mental, isn't it? It's mental.
Yeah, but it's relative, Ellie. Ellie, it's relative because, no offence, Charlton have also got quote unquote a better strike force. But the thing is, it's all relative to the leagues you're in. Here's the thing: Lancashire. I don't know if anyone saw this, but Lancashire scored an amazing goal on loan, and it
Kudos.
was like very Kane-esque. It was very Kane-esque, but that's the
Very good
league
goal,
that
yeah.
he's in. Yeah, but it's the
Kudos
and-
league
got
that
would
he's
make a
in.
difference.
Yep.
What's that, mate? Nigel, what'd you say?
I said Scott said which one of our attacking players would make a difference. I said Kudos would have made a difference if he was fit.
But he's
Madison.
gone. He's gone. He's
Madison as well.
Madison,
Kudos.
Kudos,
He's gone.
you know.
They're gone. They're all gone.
Evil behind the mask. He says, one thing I'm really happy about is that we all given up blaming the manager. We all know the real problem is now we're finally accepted. Hooray. Doesn't mean we can't criticise managers and how they set up teams, the decisions they made.
Yeah, Frank
Yeah.
was shit. Sorry.
Yeah, they still made bad decisions, and and it's okay to talk about that. And if you're, as a fan, feel that the manager's not right for the club, of course we can speak. But the bigger issue is Enoch. Yeah, overall. Yeah, and the people are making the football decisions they employ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree, guys?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, fucking Enoch out. Because like I say, this whole rebranded Enoch is just Enoch.
Enoch 2.0.
What's
Yeah,
that?
Enoch
well,
2.0.
2.0 go. Look, let's go to let's get a bit of order back.
On the t-shirt, mate.
Let's get a bit of order back because we've kind of gone off the plan, but it's fine.
Yep.
Just having a good old Spurs chat. So we've gone over the Wolves game. So just to finish off, and I think we've already answered it, to be honest. Why is there optimism after that performance? Is it just hope, relief, or just straight up denial? Who wants to answer that?
Go on, Nige.
Oh, for me, it's pure hope. Obviously relief that we won the game, because with West Ham winning as well, if we had lost, we were done. That would have been pretty much it. The fact that we won gives us hope, right? And that's all we have. That is literally all we have. We have to do our job. We have to win more games than we have in the last 25, 26. And we have to hope other teams lose. So it is hope. For me anyway.
All three of them probably, innit?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Guys in the chat, I haven't said it all evening. Please smash the like button. Yeah, much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And also, please subscribe to my guests as well. Nigel's links in the chat. If you're not subscribed to him, go and give him a sub. And also, Guy from the Lane as well. Go and give him a sub as well. Much appreciated.
Pimping myself
Thank
out
you
right
so
now, bro.
much. What's that? Would you say, Guy?
I said I'm pimping myself right out now. I said I'm pimping myself out right now.
You're pimping yourself out.
Pimping myself out as in like promoting my channel, bro.
Yeah, man. You do it, man. You do it.
Guy from the Lane, yo. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so we've done that. Yeah, we've basically answered it. You agree with that, don't you, Guy? About, why there's so optimism.
Look, for me, one game does not come with the hope. Look, if we beat Aston Villa, and look, Chelsea are not great right now, and we only lost to them 1-0 off of a shitty defensive error. If we beat Aston Villa convincingly, you know what? For me, it's not hope, it's confidence based on everything, right? So if they go in and beat Villa, even if it's stinky, bro, if we get a stinky 1-0, I'll be like, rah, we're getting stinky wins now. Cool. I'm all on board the stink train. Let's stink fest it out to the end of the season. But right now, based on the performances, based on the 2 other games that we have played, I have no hope. Confidence.
We're not stinking it out. Oh, we were just passing with going nowhere. You know, we're not really. We're stinking it out in some way, but the football's boring, right? But yeah,
Yeah,
Look,
is what it is, bro.
guys, big up to Cookie in the chat. Sorry, mate. I think you commented a long time ago. We are going down, chaps. Unfortunately, hope your show went well early this evening, mate. Hope you had a good one. Have to go and check that one out tomorrow. Giant Panda says poor Ian is on life support. Oh dear, and then Scott's just kidding me, man. Look, Chris obviously doesn't watch Spurs. I knew there'd be some brutal messages after that. Nige is Charlie Brown and Spurs are Lucy holding that football.
Oh, that is a North American
shit
reference.
tonight, ain't
Yeah, but I like tenfold, bro. I like that.
Yeah, that was a classic
I?
one.
I don't come on after 10 o'clock, see?
Mate, this is what happens when you come on this late night. It's a different audience this late at night, mate.
No.
Yeah, you got the late night drunkards, bro.
Ellie's saying we stay up only if West Ham cock up. That will beat Leeds and Everton, as I said. Archie's fam. We'll call in a favours. Leeds will be safe, and Everton will always beat, but then West Ham have to lose 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to realise, West Ham. I'm not saying they're this mega team. I'm just saying that they usually play more cohesive than us. But West Ham have cocked up in the past quite badly.
Well, they don't look like they're doing it at the moment. They've got that momentum, as I said earlier. Yeah. So I think we've spoken about the rivals a bit, didn't we? Let's talk about the next fixtures. Let me bring that up. Let's have a look at them next fixtures.
While you do that, I'm going to have a look at the Champions League game because I didn't actually take a look.
What was the score in the end?
1-1.
1-1.
They are. What? So glad I didn't watch that game. To be honest, I would never have watched that game, but still, you know what I mean.
So who's got the hardest game next? This one through them all. Leeds, surely 3 points, and they're survived now. Leeds are all right. They only need a point. I heard. I think 1 point, and they're safe.
Yeah, they're all right.
Forest away to Chelsea. What do you reckon?
I think
Look, Leeds have got the best run of games. Nottingham Forest, I just don't see them completely cocking it up. But to me, West Ham and us, look. They've got what? We've got Brentford and Villa. I don't know about that game because here's the thing: like, if we win it, we win it. And if I don't, to be honest, I'm not being horrible here. I don't think West Ham are going to beat Arsenal in the form that they're in.
Let's talk about this next fixtures, Guy. You're going too far. Let's just talk about because we can do that next week.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, sorry.
Gives us something to talk about next week.
I know. You brought it all up. All right, Aston Villa. Yeah,
I know.
The most I can see is a draw, bro. I'm sorry. I saw in the stadium what happened, mate.
Yeah, but who's got the hardest fixture? Guy, who's got the hardest fixture out of the teams there?
Us.
Really?
I think us. Yeah.
Why?
Because we got to talk about travel times. Essentially, West Ham, Brentford is a London derby. People don't realise that Brentford are actually in London. They just got to go across the river. They don't need to worry about it. What times are the matches, mate?
They're before Spurs. I know that for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they just have to get on a bus across the road. We've got to go all the way up to Brummie.
Yeah, but what about the distances? What about the level of opposition? Who's got the hardest game?
We do.
You got to say Forest have got the hardest game away at Chelsea.
Oh, out of all of them, I thought it was just me and West Ham. Oh,
Out of
Yeah,
all of them,
Forest
yeah.
against Chelsea. Oh, out of all of them.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea, dude, before their FA Cup run, Chelsea hadn't scored in 5 games, bro.
Still, you're going to Stamford. You know, if you're looking at it on paper, I don't know, football's not played on paper. You got to say that. I'm looking at. I'm not going to go through all of Forest fixtures, but I'm looking at Forest's running, and I think that's a tough running. But I think the Chelsea game was a tough game. Doesn't mean Forest can't win because they're flying. I think Brentford are a really good side. I watched them against United. I thought they could have put United out of sight by half time. I think Brentford have beat West Ham at home. Sadly, I think we'll probably lose to Villa. So it's going to be a as you were going into the next game. And for me, that's the big one. You know, the Leeds and the Arsenal.
Yeah. So as I said, like the Burnley game, that's the easiest fixture for Leeds, right?
Oh, fuck yeah. They're going to wipe
Yeah.
them off the map.
Yeah. So they'll be all right. I think all games for the 3 teams are tricky games. I do.
I do.
I think
Because Chelsea are in a death spiral. I've got like loads of Chelsea mates, and they did a protest against their ownership, which dwarfed ours, bro. And they're in a better position than we are.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
manager's gone now, isn't he? You know, the
yeah, but
manager's
it's not
gone.
no, it's not the manager though. A lot of Chelsea fans, it's not the manager. They've gone beyond the manager now. But yeah, Chelsea, like I say, the only time they scored in the last like 6 games was in the FA Cup game, bro, and that wasn't a convincing win either.
Yeah, but are they going to be better under this new caretaker now?
We'll see, bro.
Was
I
Rosenia
don't
that
even
bad?
know who it is, man. Rossini was terrible.
Yeah. So are we going to see? Surely they're going to want to win, right? Their fans are angry.
Why did you sack him? Why did you sack him before us? Why?
Yeah. Well, I've written off that Chelsea match anyway. Out of the 4 games, so no chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, so we've gone over that.
Hope about that Chelsea match. I've got some hope, man.
Have you? Based on what?
just a little. Just because I've watched Chelsea and they are fucking dire. They have been horrible, man. They have been horrible.
Yeah, but come on, guy. Spurs, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea. Their fans will want to send us down. They want to be the final nail in the coffin. And that game's changed now, right? Isn't it? It's after the FA Cup match,
Yes,
the FA Cup final. It's a midweek game on a Tuesday night. Does that change anything for you lot? Now we've got a bit more rest between the 2 games now. Is that more to our advantage? Is that... What do you think, guys, with that now?
For me, it's more pressure. You know, we're playing a lot now after West Ham.
Yeah.
So obviously, if West Ham win against Brentford, suddenly we have to beat Villa as we're 5 points behind. For me, it's added a bit of pressure. I'm not sure whether, you know, as positive as I'm trying to be, I'm not sure whether these Spurs players will be able to handle the pressure.
So weird. This is so weird, man. I'm the only one that's kind of got a little bit of optimism against Chelsea.
But Guy, you're based on Chelsea's form is crap. Chelsea are playing crap. But when they play Spurs, they turn it on. They'll be crap before. They've not been playing well. They'll play Spurs and they'll turn it on. We remember that game under Pochettino when we had to win it.
Yeah,
and Hazard scored that wonder goal. You know, you can see it.
Yeah, I know you can. I'm not saying that we're going to win, but here's the thing: I'm basing it on, right? So look, I mean, I've watched Chelsea games. I think if De Zerbi actually does his homework, there is a way to beat Chelsea. Chelsea are on a death spiral mentality-wise. Here's the thing: it all comes down, and this is the thing: it hinges, and people are going to be like, at this present moment in time. At this right now, before Aston Villa and before the FA Cup final, which I put 10 quid on Man City to win, please get me some money. If Chelsea win that FA Cup final, we're losing. If Chelsea lose that FA Cup final and we don't beat Aston Villa, we're losing. But as it stands right now, I think we have a chance. And everyone could call me deluded. But here's the thing. We are going up against a team and I've watched their games. That's the thing. I've watched their games. They are not playing cohesive, fluid football. I don't think that they are doing very well right now. They are in a mentality spiral. Whether this new caretaker gets a string out of them, I don't know. But right now, if we were to play them tomorrow, I would tell you we could get a draw out of that game, you know.
And would you say it's better for Chelsea to win that FA Cup, so then they go out and party and celebrate and be
No.
you know, hung over for the Tuesday match, or would you prefer them to lose it and then they'll want to
lose it?
Make up make up for the fans for losing the final and then putting in a performance against Spurs?
No. Here's the thing with this Chelsea team. With this Chelsea team, you notice that when they start losing games, and this is with this Chelsea team, not other Chelsea teams, and I have noticed this, when they start losing games, that shit gets into their team mentality. Their team mentality, when they start losing, they don't bounce back very easy. You got to remember, 6 games, or I think it's 5 or 6, I can't remember if it's 5 or 6. 5 or 6 games without scoring a goal. That is horrid. That is turgid. That is rancid football, right? If they lose that game, I want their mentality in the mud. I want them dashed. I want all hopes dashed. And if we come off with a fresh win or a fresh draw, yeah, I've got some hope on that game. Call me insane. I don't care, but that's my logic. And I explained it.
Fair enough, man. Nige, your thoughts on around the Chelsea FA Cup? Change of fixture?
I'll be honest, I don't really think it matters too much. Like I said earlier, I think that the fact that we're playing second after West Ham might put a little bit of pressure on the Tottenham players, which I'm not sure whether they manage. But for me, pick up a point at Villa, pick up 3 points at home to Leeds. Suddenly that Chelsea game isn't as important, because I think it goes down to the wire. I think it will go down to the last game. But listen, Chelsea are a funny side. Like you say, they could be terrible all season, yet when we play them, they will be brilliant.
Yeah. We know this is just happens, doesn't it? We all know that, man, isn't it? It's so predictable, man. We can't rely on getting any points from that game. If we're going to get points, it's got to be from the other games. We don't want to be going into that Chelsea game have to win to keep up with West Ham, to stay up. It's that pressure. Yeah. It will be too much for these players who are,
Agreed.
Not good at all, are they? That's being kind. Sorry, to the 4th. Did you see Spurs' highest ranked passers? I got a good idea. It'll be the defenders in that game. A lot of passing from the defenders. We'll have a look in a minute. Bentancur with a lot of passes as well. Probably one of the highest in the team. But I did look at the passing, but I can't remember which player had the highest passes. I'm sure someone in the chat can tell us, or one of us can have a look in a minute. Guy, could you look that up quickly, mate? Who was the highest ranked passers in that game against Wolves for Spurs? Well, I just go through the chat. Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it.
Christian Romero, he's got it there, I think. Is this maybe for the season?
For the season, bro?
What you put Christian Romero 19th.
Yeah, cool.
This is compared to everyone else in the league, I guess. Nigel, you got to jump, mate. Sorry, I just seen your message, man.
Yeah, no,
I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to wrap up soon anyway. I'm going to wrap up soon. It's getting late. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us tonight on the show. Please go and give Nigel a sub. That'd be much appreciated, Nigel, mate. Thank you for coming on. Enjoyed it, mate.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yeah.
Big up, Guy, and big up, Dan. Yeah.
Fun.
Big up to the chat for keeping us company. Yeah, it's been a good one.
Yeah. Cheers, Nigel, mate. Speak to you soon, man.
Cheers, guys.
See you later. Look, let's just want to make sure I covered all the pointers, and then we'll go to the chat for like 10 minutes, and then we'll shut down.
Yeah, man.
So we've gone over who's got the toughest running. We actually didn't say who's got the toughest running. We've got the toughest next game. Should we just do that quickly, Guy?
Yeah, let's go.
Who's got the actual toughest running out of the 4 teams? Well, I'm not really going to even include Leeds now, to be honest. Although they'll have an impact, won't they, on proceedings because they play both Spurs and West Ham.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going on paper, it's going to be West Ham, right? You've got Arsenal, Newcastle, and Leeds, where we've got Leeds, Chelsea, and Everton. We've beaten Everton. They've been beaten before. I look, West Ham do have a tougher run. I'm not gonna lie, they do. On paper,
Nottingham Forest is tough as well, Guy. Though, look at their run.
look.
Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, and Bournemouth, mate. There's no easy game there at all.
No,
Newcastle have not been great. They're not been great away. That is, a winnable fixture for Forest, I think. Yeah, Newcastle completely fallen off. They ain't winning at all. Just hovering above the kind of, bottom teams there. If there was more games, they would get dragged into it.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? And like I say, football has seen crazier stuff, right? Because remember last season, Nottingham Forest fans were talking about getting into the Champions League, and they completely shat their bed and then went all the way down the table. Who knows? They might just completely shit the bed. And this is the thing when we talk about predictions, we're always talking about predictions on paper, but it's all about momentum, man. It's momentum, man. I think
so.
These next
are we in agreement now, Guy, that it's Forest who've got the toughest run?
Yeah. I agree. 100% agree.
Barring Newcastle, yeah.
Yep.
Because they're not in good form. Just check any other pointers before we go. We didn't really spend a lot of time talking about Villa, to be honest. I mean, let's just wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, mate.
Yeah,
let me bring up Villa's. Let's go to the chat. Actually, people are commenting about who they think the toughest run.
You go to the chat. I'm going to quickly disappear for 2 secs.
Yeah, sure, man. Let's go to the chat. Big up to Phil, man. How you doing, man? Hope you're good. Surreal's bigging up the chat. You talk about it all, and when another game is played, you can then talk about everything left over again. Big up to Mark. How you doing, man? Forest is the toughest run. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's have a look. Paul saying 3-1 nils, please. Yeah, this doesn't really matter, does it? Now, as long as we get the wins. It's just, I'm just struggling to see it, to be honest. Chelsea under the lights. Yeah. Rest in peace. Scott says Chelsea will rip us apart. They certainly will. Yeah, well, I don't know if they'll rip us apart, but I think they'll win. I just think they'll be well up for that. Their fans will be well up for that. And yeah, that's crazy. Need to see how Chelsea play in the next couple. Yeah, good point. See if there is any change under the change of manager. We will see. We'll be watching closely. Chelsea manager is less qualified than Ryan Mason, the current one. Yeah. I mean, he has managed the Chelsea game before. Didn't he get a result against City? I think when he was caretaker manager before, if I'm right. Scott said, have you ever watched House? Evil, is Maddison ever going to be available? That's a key point. We need him. We need him to come into the team in the next couple of games. Maybe not this week. I don't think he'll be ready, but he's got to play. He's got to play. We need him, man. We need him.
I don't think he'll be ready all season. I don't think we're seeing it, or I don't think we're seeing him. Right,
it's a big risk, isn't it, for him? It is a big risk to throw him in now after that long-term injury. But if he's fit and he can go on the bench, he should be available. If he's injured, then he shouldn't be near the squad. And that's in my eyes, right, Guy? If he is not ready due to, strengthening up still and he needs more time, he shouldn't be anywhere near the squad, right? He can be involved behind the scenes with the team but not on the bench.
I get that, but here's the thing. Someone said to me, isn't using him a waste of a substitution? I'm like, we have more people on the bench than we can sub, so it's not a waste.
No, what they're saying, Guy, is that they want a youngster on the bench instead who may be able to impact the match, even though they probably won't.
But you can still do that. There are more substitutions. There are less substitutions than we can put on the bench. So take a goalkeeper out. Like, he's just there for morale. That's it. It's fine.
It's not a big issue. It's just something to moan about, isn't it, Guy? It's just something to moan about.
100%.
It is. It's something to complain. Binny Guy, big up to you, man. We are where we are because you reap what you sow. No two ways about it. We've been arseholes at least. I'm an honest fan. Honest arse. You are. Treating players, staff, no horrible over the years. Reap what we sow. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Let's just quickly talk about Villa, because I don't think I'm going to do another stream before that game. Well, I might do. Never know. See if I get the urge for it. Jump on maybe someone else's channel.
I got invited to that game, but I'm not going to go Brum, bro. I'm not going to go Brum.
Looking at Villa, look, it's in between them semi-final against Forest. I don't know. We know how Villa play. They like the high line, offside trap. They'll be resting players, of course, but still. Let's look at their run, Guy. Let's have a look at their form, because I've got that. Their form in the Premier League over the last since March. Let's have a little look. This is their Premier League form since March. 4th of March, lost badly to Chelsea. Then they went to Man U, lost. Beat West Ham at home. Sorry, mate, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. I just said not so good, huh?
Villa away to Forest, drew. Then they won against Sunderland 4-3, and then they lost to Fulham. So their form in the Premier League's not been great, is it? I think they went on a really good run early on in the season and got themselves right up there. And then obviously they've been focusing on Europe, balancing the two competitions, but they're still in a great shout to get the Champions League. I think they only need one win, I think. 3 more points and they should be almost there. Maybe think 5th they'll finish. Let's have a look at the table. Let me get the table up. I just want to make sure I'm right there. Aston Villa on 58 points. Yeah, look.
Yeah, we've got a lot of places for Europe, don't we?
Yeah, they look all right, don't they? They must. Yeah, they had a really good first part of the season. Another kind of dropping off a bit lately. Injury-wise, Guy, do you know much about? They got many injuries. What's their squad looking like?
Aston Villa is not one of the teams that I follow in the Prem, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Just their games are.
Mate, like, you know, I know this must win for Spurs. You know, it's only a win is going to be good enough, or definitely not a defeat. Especially if West Ham pick up points, and if they win, or if they don't pick up points, then we don't. We continue this this fight. Honestly, Guy, and I know you're like me, don't have a lot of hope. How do we beat Villa? Is there a chance we can if they rest players? Is De Zerbi going to come up with something which is going to surprise us fans? I just don't know. I think he needs to do something different. He's lost more players. I don't know, man. It's
okay. So look,
it's one of those, isn't it?
Look, I don't believe in historical determinism, but we can tell that he essentially used the same squad that he did against Brighton, against Wolves, right? Apart from Jed Spence coming in for an injured Destiny Udogie, right? So look, I don't think he's going to change it up much. I have no problems with him not changing it up much, but it just comes down to, oh man, it's this. I know. This is the thing. I'm really hesitant to say, because to me it's all conjecture. Like things. How do I know what De Zerbi's going to do? I don't know. This is the thing. I'm being completely honest here. I think the best, like I say, I'm going to talk to the camera instead of you and talk to the audience. I think the best that we are going to get out of this is a draw, because I've seen I saw Aston Villa at home at the FA Cup. I saw Aston Villa at home during the Premier League. It was not good. It was not good. It was horrific. Am I expecting anything more based on the performance that I saw last week? No. but I'm going to be optimistic and say we might get a draw. But honestly, I do think we might get a draw. I know I don't come
But
across as it.
that's just based on just might get a draw, guy. You're not
Yeah, it is.
giving me any kind of reason to why we'd
No,
get a
I'm not.
draw.
No, I'm not.
We
I'm
might
really
just
not.
get a draw, and I get it,
Yeah,
man.
we
I
might
get
just get
it.
a draw.
I can't see us
Look, I'm
getting
not going to
anything.
lie to you.
I
I'm not
can't see
going
us
to lie
getting
to you.
anything. Right, like, look, guy, I can't see us getting anything.
Yeah, I
Against
totally
Villa.
hear it, bro.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have effort. I'm sure they will try, but that's not going to be enough.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not
It'll
putting
be
my
luck.
nuts on the
Maybe
line
luck.
for this.
It might be
Yes.
luck.
Yeah.
Like look,
Yeah.
the guy in the chat to the fourth. Yeah, Villa might miss
Yeah.
5 open goals and it ends 0-0. Of course, could happen. Yeah, we might get a lucky penalty, even though we haven't had a penalty all season. Villa might get someone sent off. Maybe their heads will be elsewhere. Looking forward to trying to get into the Europa League final to win a trophy, first one for many
Yeah.
years. Aston Villa.
Yeah.
We don't know. Maybe players don't want to get injured for that potential final. Maybe
Exactly.
they won't be
might pull out
100%.
tackles.
But
They might pull
this
out
is
tackles.
yeah. Look, we're just looking at anything because I'm tell you what, backing this team in how they've been playing this season, I can't.
Look, mate,
We're relying on
bro.
Villa underperforming, being off it, yeah, and Spurs kind of doing something that they haven't done, and that's putting a good solid performance. So
Which they haven't done all season. They haven't done it all season, mate. They haven't done it all season.
Well, they
They
haven't
haven't
hardly,
done
have
it all
they?
season. No,
It's very
the
true.
only good game, dude. The only good game we had was against Man City, bro. How long ago was that? That was during the times where we got told stop complaining. We're second in the league.
This is this the game in the evening? Good evening.
Good evening, bro. Like
This
I say to
a
you,
club. This a
yeah,
club.
this a club, and no, I play under the pressure. Look, mate, I know this might sound crazy, and I'm not saying that we're gonna get points out of it, but for some reason, I'm not gonna call it hope because I don't have hope, right? I just see this game being an absolute shit fest. It is gonna be shit. I'm gonna watch it and just hate myself watching it. I am going to put my Spurs shirt on, do a watch along with Eugene, and just drink myself to
He's going to
death.
be up for that one, mate. Is he? It's going to be
Oh, of
like
course
4
he
in the
is.
morning for him. He's getting up specially
Oh
for it,
yeah,
man.
yeah. And that's the thing, bro. International fans, big up to the international fans. You are real fans, by the way. You are real fans. Don't let anyone tell you different. But look, for some reason, I don't know why. I said we could get a result out of it. For some reason, I said that, and the reason I said that is because I just I don't know. I just think we can. I just got this feeling. I got a feeling. Ooh. Look, I don't. If we get pamped that game, bro. If we get pamped that game, like 5-0, 3-0, 4-0, we're done. We're dusted.
If we can't beat a distracted Villa side, we're down.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. People said if we can't beat a relegated Wolves side, we should go down. We beat
Yeah,
them, and
that's true.
I'm using their logic, not mine, because we all heard the narratives, right? I'm using their logic.
Well, I said
mine.
it. I said it as well, guy.
Yeah.
You can't beat a
Oh, you
relegated
said
Wolves side. We deserve it. We deserve
Yeah, I
relegation.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said we're going down. I said that we were in relegation form when we like drew fucking against Wolves. I said this is relegation form. We're going to be in a relegation battle. But I was called crazy. But anyway, if we beat Villa, I got confidence, not hope. Don't get confused with hope. But if we get a draw against Villa and West Ham win, still we're going down. We need wins, bro.
Right.
Oh no, it's fucked.
I'm done. I'm done tonight, guy. I'm done, mate. Big up to everyone
All
in the
good.
chat. Big up to you all. Binny Guy says more chaos incoming, 100%. There's going to be more injuries, more chaos,
Oh yeah, mate.
more
gonna be more
baffling
injuries,
stuff
mate.
going on, more blame game, more it's this fault, that fault. Yeah, let's just put all the energy into that. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Suicide watch.
Is it that bad?
Yeah,
Dude, this
it's
can't be
terrible
that
times,
bad.
man. It's terrible times, man. Honestly. Yeah,
Call
I
the
hope you're joking.
Samaritans.
I hope you're joking, man. Honestly, I'm sure you are. Sometimes we need someone who can entertain with brutal honesty, with some sense of humour. Yeah, fair play, man. Comedian. And on that note, big up to everyone. Yeah, take care of yourselves. You know, and thank you for watching the show. Smash the like on your way out. Much appreciated. Subscribe to Guy in the chat. His link's here. Give him a sub. And also Nige as well, who's with us earlier. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see what drama unfolds next. Catch you all soon. Take care. Good night.
See us.